Applying for economic assistance programs by Cook County Public Health and Human Services. Hi, I am an eligibility specialist with Cook County Public Health and Human Services. You may be curious on how to apply for assistance, what programs are available, or what is all involved in this application process. I am here to give you an overview of this process. Before you apply, you should know what programs are available to assist you. SNAP is a Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. You may have heard it called food support or even food stamps. This program can help you buy food while budgets are tight. Cash programs are available for both families and adults without children. These programs provide a monthly cash benefit to assist families and adults to help pay for basic needs. Emergency assistance provides support to households facing unexpected emergency expenses such as eviction or utility shutoff. Now, there are more programs to apply for, like healthcare and childcare assistance, but we will cover those programs in another presentation. You may be wondering if you can apply for these programs even if you have income, like from a job or retirement. Yes, you can. And we encourage you to apply if you need help making ends meet each month. Each program allows and encourages participants to work and have a certain amount of income and be eligible for benefits. For example, if you're a senior who lives alone, you can make up to $1,755 per month and potentially be eligible for SNAP benefits. If you're a family of 5, you can make up to $5,028 per month and potentially be eligible for cash benefits. To determine if you're eligible for these programs and at what benefit amount, an application must be completed. When you're ready to apply, let's proceed. To apply for SNAP, cash, and emergency assistance, the same application form can be used. When you are ready to apply for these programs, there are some options. If you have access to the internet and would prefer to complete an application online, visit apply.mn.dhs.mn.gov. If you like good old paper and pencil, you could complete a paper application. Paper applications can be picked up at the front entrance of the Cook County Courthouse, or one can be mailed, faxed, or emailed to you. Paper applications should then be returned to Public Health and Human Services. If applying online or with a paper application is not an available option for you, give us a call and we can complete an application with you over the phone. This option has been made available during the COVID-19 public health emergency. You will have to provide some personal information on the application. Information you will need to provide includes the names, dates of birth, and Social Security numbers for all members living in your household. There are questions about employment, limitations to employment, sources of income, both earned and unearned, housing expenses, childcare, child support expenses, and assets of all household members. Assets include bank accounts, stocks, bonds, retirement accounts, and vehicles. Most of the questions on the application require a simple yes or no response, so it can be filled out rather quickly. We use this information to determine how much assistance you can receive. After submitting your application, an eligibility specialist like me will complete a review. Part of the review is to determine if you need immediate help based on your income and expenses. If the review indicates immediate help is needed, an eligibility specialist, either me or one of my coworkers, will call you the same day or next day to do your interview. If the review indicates an immediate interview is not required, then our staff will schedule your phone interview for the following week. You will receive a notice of the scheduled interview in the mail, so check your mail. If the scheduled date or time doesn't work for you, just call us and we can reschedule. An interview is required when applying for these programs. This interview will be conducted over the phone, so you can do this right from the comfort of your home. During the COVID-19 public health emergency, no in-person interviews will be conducted. This interview allows me or one of my coworkers to review all questions and answers from the application with you. As most of the questions on the application are yes and no, we will ask you questions about your household, income, assets, and expenses to gather more information. For example, one of the questions on the application is about housing expenses. Do you pay rent? Yes or no? If you marked yes, the specialist may ask how much you pay per month and who your landlord is. Based on the information provided during the interview, the specialist will also determine if you need to provide any verifications. Verifications are often needed for income, housing expenses, and assets. They will discuss these with you. The information and verifications the eligibility specialist gathers is required in order to determine eligibility for programs and benefit amounts you may be eligible for. To conclude the interview, the specialist will review important policies with you, like privacy practices and your rights and responsibilities. After the interview is complete, you can start gathering any verifications that you and the specialist discussed. You will also receive a written request in the mail for these items. Return these items as soon as possible within 10 days to Public Health and Human Services. If during the interview the specialist explained that no further verifications were needed, then you don't need to do anything more. After your interview, the eligibility specialist will begin entering your information gathered from the interview and further verifications you submit into the computer system we use. This system is through the Minnesota Department of Human Services, DHS, and is where we determine if you're eligible for programs, and if so, at what benefit amount. If the specialist has any follow-up questions while entering this information, they will contact you. Once all of your information is entered and eligibility and a benefit amount is determined, the specialist will approve those results. You'll receive a notice of the results in the mail. The notice will let you know if you have been approved or denied, which means if you are eligible or not, and the benefit amount if you were approved. If you already have an EBT card, benefits will be issued to that card. If you don't have an EBT card, one will be mailed to you. Once you receive your notice that you have been approved or denied, there is nothing more needed immediately. You can begin using the benefits on your EBT card. It is important that you report changes to PHHS and an eligibility specialist right away. Your responsibility to report changes was covered at the end of the interview when the specialist reviewed your rights and responsibilities. This information is also attached to the application. This could include changes in employment, income, housing expenses, and members of your household. Depending on the program you are eligible for, you may receive paperwork in the mail that you need to complete and return. This can include 6-month reviews and your yearly renewal or recertification. It is important that you always check your mail. This is how DHS and PHHS communicate with you. The Cook County Courthouse is located at 411 West 2nd Street in Grand Marais. PHHS is located on the 2nd floor. Although we'd love to see you, access to our agency is currently restricted due to the COVID-19 public health emergency, but you can email or call us anytime. Our office hours are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and staff can assist you during that time. To reach our agency, please call 218-387-3620 or toll free at 800-663-6771. If you would like to email an eligibility specialist, you can do so directly by emailing I as in income, M as in maintenance, at co.cook.mn.us. If you need to drop any items off to our agency, like verifications discussed during your interview, you can do